Hi guys, it's been a long minute and welcome to 2026. I don't think I've spoken to you since 2025. I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope that for those of us in the cold weather, we're bearing with it and we're keeping warm. For those in the heat wave weather, I hope you're enjoying the warmth and staying safe out there. 2026 is a year of reflection. It's a year of introspection, and it's a year where you're either going to find yourself or you're going to leave yourself behind. But it's a choice that you would have to make. And part of that choice is to recognize your core values that are part of who you are. And once you start losing your core values, then you're going to lose yourself, and you're not going to be truthful to yourself, and your true self will suffer in silence while your ego and the false self will be on the surface. But this is not the year that you're going to lose yourself. This is the year that you're going to focus and commit to finding yourself, knowing who God created you to be and become, and embracing the love that and light that you are from creation, and continue to evolve in life's journey. Core values are very, very vital to our lives, and if we start to deviate from them, then we start to deviate from our true selves, and we deplete ourselves in the process without recognizing that we're depleting ourselves. We allow the world, the society, the cultural norms to shape and shift us away from who we were created to be when we don't align ourselves truthfully with our core values, truthfully and purposefully, because those help us stay intact and help us continue the journey of life. So, for example, say your core value is truthfulness, and you start to become a liar. Nobody likes that word, but it's one that we'll use as an example. You start to become a liar. What happens? You're no longer truthful to yourself. You're no longer telling the truth. You're no longer able to maintain your integrity, especially if integrity is another core value that you have. And you find yourself just winging it. You're keeping up with the Joneses. You're trying to yield to pressure outside of yourself. And you're struggling within because your soul wants you to remain truthful. But then you're struggling with holding on to the truth and sometimes telling the lie just to stay in survival mode. Truthfulness allows you to thrive, and lying to yourself allows you to continue to survive. But you don't want to survive. You want to be thriving, because that's the purpose of our creation, to thrive, to evolve, to have an impact on other people as we are thriving, and also help them to stay true to themselves in life's journey. Remember, your journey is yours and yours alone. So when people make you lose your core values, you're going to end up losing yourself. And they don't really give a hoot about you losing yourself. So you have to look at it as, does misery love company, or does the truth remain with you, and you choose to stand out because that's who you were created to be. You weren't created to fit into boxes. You were created to stand out and be the light and love that you are. But when you start to take yourself from your core values of truthfulness, of commitment, of respect, of love, of trust, whatever your core value may be, then you're going to shift from your true self, and you're going to start winging it, fight, flight, freeze, fight mode. And what you discover is your nervous system begins to break down and your soul begins to suffer. And that's where you feel maybe you're not in a happy place, because you don't understand the emotions that you're going through in the moment, and you're not connecting to your soul or tapping into the lessons that the emotions are teaching you about yourself. And so you just continue to go through the waves of life, get off on the wrong bus stops, and find yourself just all over the map. But reality is, a life's journey was handed to you so that you can hold on to your core values. You can establish the strong foundation for your life. You can remain the light that you are, because in your light also is your soul evolving. In your light is you being able to hold on to those core values. In your light is opportunities for you to thrive than survive. In your light is the allowance that helps you regulate your nervous system and just maintain your integrity and dignity, and continue to be honest with yourself. But when you have to compromise your core values, trust me, you're no longer truthful to yourself. You're just in survival mode. you will end up just finding yourself giving up to fit into boxes that people are creating while you're living in your shadow. But remember this, you were never created to live in your shadow. You were created as a light. And if you know yourself as a light, you will not put yourself under a bushel, under a pedestal, under a basket, and cover your light up. Your light has to continue to shine so that others can see the light of God in you and give glory to Him, and be inquisitive enough to say, you know what? I desire what you have. Help me get on point and back to basics, to the foundation, to finding myself, to knowing myself, to understanding myself, to living truthfully and purposefully, because that's the reason why we're here. And life is indeed short. We don't have control over the time that we have. And in the time that you have, take a look at your core values, evaluate them, introspect, see why you're suffering because you've shifted base from your core values. See why you're struggling because you've shifted base from your core values. See how you can get back on track and make sure that you're not self-sabotaging, you're not your own worst enemy, and you're not leaving yourself behind. And remember while doing that to never stop loving while living. When you stop loving, you stop living, and when you stop living, it means it's time to go back to the maker. But while you're still here, hold tightly to your core values. They help you stay intact. They help you maintain integrity. They help you stay true to yourself. And they help you remain connected to your soul and spirit and become the light and love that you were created to be and become while you're still breathing and living. Take good care. God bless. Bye-bye.